Most people believe becoming financially free takes an entire lifetime. People think it takes 30 or 40 years of working the same job, slowly saving money, and hoping retirement eventually works out. But what if you lost everything today? No savings, no investments, no backup plan, and you had to rebuild your entire life from zero. What would you actually do if your goal was to become financially free within the next 5 years? Not through gambling, not through crypto hype, and not through fake internet get-rich-quick schemes, but through a real strategy that actually works. If I had to start over today with absolutely nothing, here's exactly what I would focus on. The first thing I would attack is income. Most people focus too much on budgeting and cutting small expenses, but the truth is, there's only so much money you can save when your income stays low. If someone makes $40,000 or $50,000 a year, eventually they hit a ceiling. They can cancel subscriptions, stop eating out, and cut every unnecessary expense, but they still stay trapped under the same financial ceiling. The fastest way to change your financial future is to increase how much money you earn. That means learning valuable skills that people are willing to pay for. Today, the internet gives normal people opportunities that never existed before. Skills like sales, editing, marketing, content creation, AI tools, copywriting, coding, or public speaking can completely change someone's life. One valuable skill can now reach millions of people online. The old world was about trading time for money. The new world is about scaling your skills through the internet. If I had to rebuild from scratch, I would spend every extra hour building skills that can grow online. Because once income increases, everything else becomes easier. The second thing I would do is aggressively lower my biggest expense, which for most people is housing. Most people think small purchases are keeping them broke, but the reality is housing usually destroys cash flow more than anything else. People spend 30 to 40% of their income just to keep a roof over their head, and then wonder why they can't invest or save money. If I wanted to move fast financially, I would reduce housing costs immediately. That could mean living with roommates, house hacking, renting out extra space, or living below my means for a few years. Not forever, just long enough to build momentum. The problem today is that many people try to look rich before they actually become rich. Social media makes people feel pressure to upgrade their lifestyle too early. Everyone wants the luxury apartment, the expensive car, and the perfect lifestyle before they build a strong financial foundation. Wealthy people usually delay luxury. Broke people finance it immediately. If your housing costs are too high, your future gets sold month by month without you even realizing it. Once income increases and expenses are controlled, the next step is investing aggressively. Not gambling, not chasing trends, and not trying to become rich overnight, but real investing. I'm talking about index funds, ETFs, and long-term ownership of strong assets. The biggest mistake most people make is investing whatever money is left over at the end of the month. Wealthy people invest first. They treat investing like a mandatory bill instead of an optional leftover decision. If I made $100,000 a year, I would try to invest 25 to 35% of my income consistently. Becoming wealthy is mostly math and consistency. The earlier your money starts working for you, the less you eventually have to work for money. Most people think investing requires being some financial genius. But that's not true. What really matters is consistency over time. The market rewards patience more than intelligence. People fail because they stop investing every time things get difficult. They invest during exciting times, panic during bad times, and then restart too late. Wealth usually comes from staying consistent long enough for compound growth to finally become powerful. Another thing I would change immediately is the environment around me. Most people underestimate how much their circle affects their future. If everyone around you constantly complains about money, avoids ambition, and accepts being broke as normal, eventually that mindset starts affecting you too. You stop pushing yourself. You stop believing bigger things are possible. Average slowly becomes comfortable. That's dangerous. I'm not saying abandon your old friends, but I would absolutely expand my circle. I would spend more time around people building businesses, learning valuable skills, investing, improving themselves, and chasing bigger goals. Energy spreads. Ambition spreads. But excuses spread even faster. The people around you either raise your standards or lower them. Choosing the right environment can completely change the direction of your life. One of the biggest mistakes people make while trying to build wealth is becoming impatient. They get bored with simple investing because it feels slow, so they start chasing shortcuts. They jump into risky trading, meme stocks, over-leveraged investments, or whatever trend is exploding online that month. Most of the time, that ends badly. The truth is, boring wealth usually survives, while exciting wealth often disappears. The people quietly building real wealth are usually not the loudest people online. They are building businesses, buying assets, investing consistently, and repeating simple habits for years. That's the part nobody wants to hear because it sounds boring, but the boring path is usually the one that works. If I had to rebuild from zero, I would also track every single dollar. Most people lose money silently through random spending they barely notice. Subscriptions, convenience spending, online shopping, food delivery, and impulse purchases slowly drain income month after month. What gets measured gets controlled. I would know exactly how much money comes in and exactly where every dollar goes. I would also automate everything possible. Investments, automated. Savings, automated. Bills, automated. Because motivation doesn't last forever. Systems are stronger than emotions. The more decisions you automate, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. At the end of the day, everything I talked about is simple. But simple does not mean easy. Increasing income is hard. Living below your means is hard. Investing consistently is hard. Staying disciplined while everyone around you spends money trying to look successful is hard. But if someone can stay focused for 5 years, their entire life can completely change. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a few months and massively underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years of consistency. The goal is not becoming rich overnight.